Happy Friday, everybody. If you've made it this far, you can go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. You've successfully navigated another work week. I had a pretty good one myself. Went camping at Devil Anse Hatfield's yard. Found an old lost graveyard. Covered a lot of miles. Covered a lot of stories. Very, very eventful week for me. And managed to get all of my little errands done. Had to take dog to the vet today. Even managed to get some of my grass cut. Any of y'all got a lot of ground you have to cut with a weed eater? Brother, I feel you. I've got 3/4 of an acre, every bit of it weed eater. Yeah. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, yeah, looks like Leo's definitely up to something, ain't he? In the third person. I am out at my favorite catfish hole, my favorite little fishing spot. And I camped here once before, right over there as a matter of fact, once here, a couple times back that way. But the last time I came over was in June, and apparently the catfish were nesting still, and I didn't have any other bait with me. That's all I had was liver. And something's done there. Oh, somebody gonna buy on kayaks. That's cool. They don't see me. We're stealthed. Stealth YouTubers. Anyway, my favorite fishing hole is right up here. And like I said, when I came out the last time, they weren't biting. Wow, look at that track. Deer. It's deep. But they weren't biting any, so I figured we'd come back out and give it a shot and just see what happens. And I brought something new. I got a new toy, guys. You're gonna love this. This is something that I have wanted for a long time now. And we had a company sent me an email, asking me if I would try one out and review it for them. And I can keep one if I did. Absolutely, I've been wanting one for a long time. Really have. And I'll get a lot of use out of it. And it will probably be in dozens of different videos on all the channels. Be using it a lot. But anyway, I brought me some garlic and shredded wheat to make some dough balls and some sweet corn. And we're going to see if the carp are biting. I know there's some really big carp in here. There's some really big catfish in here. Last summer, late last summer, right down here, I caught, if I remember right, it was 9 big ones. The biggest one was about 3 feet. And there were several other really nice ones, a few small ones too, and a bunch of turtles too. And I brought Heather down here. We caught 3 turtles. And, but like I said, all we've used is liver. I've never tried to fish anything else down here. So I figure we'll give it a shot and see if we can't do a little bit of carp fishing. And it's going to be, well, not going to be, it is miserable hot. It's about, I think, 94 when I left the house. But it's really nice. And, here under the canopy, it's not too bad. Under the tree canopy, you can see the sun up there. Looks like she's got about 30 or 40 minutes. And she should drop back behind that hill. But I'm going to hang out a little bit after dark. And we're going to just see if anything's biting. Just have some fun. Just kind of sit back and relax. You've had a hard week. Grab you a cold drink. Sit back and relax. And hopefully we'll catch a fish or two. We'll see, right? We'll see. Either way, we'll play with some new toys. We'll have a good time. And we're not working. That's the key thing. That's the key right there. I'm gonna start carrying stuff down. I probably got at least two trips, possibly 3. We'll see. But I'll see you guys down there. I'm gonna take it down, and nothing else. I'm not gonna set up directly in the sun. I'm gonna at least let the sun, you know, to where down there, it's down lower from here, to where down there is in the shade before I get out. You know, it's just too miserable hot out in the sun right now. Well, as you can see, the sun has just now went behind the trees up there on the mountain, and I had to actually sit back here in the shade for about 20 minutes. I brought my stuff down. Yeah, I know, you knew I was going to overkill it a little bit. Anyway, moving on. I brought my table down and set it up. Just in the time it took me to set my table up, I was wet. Okay, we can't do this just yet. So I had to sit back there in the shade and give it about 20 minutes just to let the sun kind of go behind the mountains just a little bit. But it looks like it's game on now. Got my little spot. This is my favorite fishing spot. And I'm going to set me up some stuff. I brought me some really nice toys tonight too to play with and try out and all this good stuff. I think you'll like it. It's pretty cool. I think so anyway. I think so. But all right, I'm gonna get started, and get situated. Get me some bait out. I got to whip up some dough balls real quick and check the liver, make sure it's not frozen. That would kind of suck, wouldn't it? You ready to fish? All right, we are set up and loaded and ready for bear. We got liver on this one. And that one is shredded wheat and garlic dough ball. That's an old recipe for carp. I got some corn. Forgot to bring a can opener, so I had to break out the old pocket knife and open the can the old way. There's my dough balls and some liver. And for the other kind of biting, I've got some DEET. But what I wanted to show y'all, the cool toy that I mentioned, no, not the fan. It's not the fan, you know, and if anybody's wondering why I brought a fan, the answer is simple. I couldn't get an air conditioner down there by myself. Okay. Now this right here is what I wanted to show you right here. This is the EBL portable power station. It's the P500 Mini. And it's 500 watt output, 444 watt hour capacity. It only weighs 9.92 pounds, less than 10 pounds. They sent me, EBL sent me an email and asked me if I would like to try out, you know, one of their units, and absolutely, I've been wanting one of these for a long time. But anyway, it can run. I'm not going to get too carried away on, you know what I mean. But just a little bit, in case anybody's curious, it can power up to 9 devices at once. It also has overcharge, over discharge, over voltage, overheating, over current, over circuit protection, and more built into the battery's management system. It's called a BMS, battery management system. And it can be used, charged using a single compatible 100 watt solar panel, an AC wall outlet, or a car plug. Luckily for me, I happen to have all three. I have a really cute little portable fold-away solar panel that will work great with this. It even has the right plug and everything. So yeah, this is going to be getting quite a bit of use in the near future. I brought me, for tonight to try him out, I actually brought a light bulb. And of course my fan and, you know, all the other USB junk I'll be using on it, of course, you know. But yeah, I figured this would be a good test run for it. You know, it's first time out. And, you know, it's really nice. It's convenient to carry down here. It's not real heavy, nowhere near as heavy as, you know, my homemade one. Fits in a big cooler. This thing only is less than 10 pounds. It's got DC, you know, 12 volt, obviously. That's the power in right here, USB, and it's got the C cable, USB-C wire, and of course AC output. And that's what we'll be using tonight. We'll be using the AC output on this. And this is less than 10 pounds. Like I said, this is battery and inverter and, you know, all the various adapters, USB, 12 volt, all this stuff. It's all built into one, and it weighs less than 10 pounds. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool by anybody's standards, you know. Any way you want to look at it. And I can see this thing getting a whole lot of use on our channel, not just, you know, on this channel, on the other one as well. We do a lot of camping there as well too. And this is going to come in really, really handy. Thank you, EBL. You have no idea how much I needed this. And it will absolutely get some use. We'll be using it tonight. It's also got a big light, you know, on the back of it right there. So I'll probably be using that some too. And, you know, all this good stuff, and try him out and give him a good little test run. See how she does. But I'm sure we'll do fine. I'm sure we'll do fine. Very cute little setup. It even matches my fan. Did you notice that? They even match. Kind of matches the table too. Anyway, thank you, EBL. Very much appreciate you. And we will definitely get some use out of this. And, you know, we'll show it off to our viewers. If any of you are interested, you know, you need something like that. Like I said, it's very light. You know, just the battery and other stuff alone will weigh a lot more than this whole thing does. But alright, enough about that for now. We need to get some lines in the water, because it's not quite dark yet, but it soon will be. Alright, let's get in the water and get some bait wet, and let's see what happens. Wish me luck, everybody. Please. Well, we've switched out to liver on both of them. I had liver on that one and dough ball on this one. This one got 2 or 3 hits and took the bait, and this one didn't get any hits at all. So when I brought that one in, I just brought them both and put liver on both and threw them back out there. So we'll see what happens. One good bite though. I got 2 or 3 little hits and one good run, and got the bait. But that's a good sign though. They're biting, right? We'll see what happens a little bit later too. Hopefully we'll have a fun little trip and maybe catch a couple. That'd be nice. But, you know, it's awful nice anyway. Just kind of come out and hang out and don't really do a whole lot. Watch a couple fishing rods for a little while. Very peaceful and relaxing. Alright, let's sit here and just, oh hello. Just saw a little bite on that one. That one is way out there. And this one's about, I'm going to say, 30 yards, give or take. This one is probably 25 feet off the other side. Very nice now that the sun's went down. It was just miserably hot out in the sun. Like I said, I came down, just brought a handful of stuff down and set the table up. And I was just dripping wet. No. We can't go just yet. We need to give it a few more minutes. Yeah, now that the sun's went behind the hill, it's actually really nice out here. We got something. I think it's a fish. Could be a turtle. Hard to tell. Yep, it's a turtle. Caught another turtle. I catch a lot of them. He's a big one too. Come on. Come on. There you go. No. Watch him go. Watch him. Isn't that line? He is fierce. Good Lord, that little dude is crazy. If you'll quit, I'll take the hook out. Good Lord, this dude is nuts, man. I've never seen one fight that much. If you'll quit, I'll help you out there. I'll get that hook. Alright, y'all want to check him out? What's up, dude? He looks like he's about, I don't want to exaggerate, I'll say 9-10 inches from, about 10, from the tip of his nose right now to the tip of his shell, the back end of his shell. He's not too little, is he? We'll turn him loose. We'll let him go back in there. I'll be back. This takes a minute to get this out of their mouths when you get a turtle. No, you can't take off with my fishing rod now. Quit. I'll be right back, guys. Let me get this dude lined out. I'll be right back. I'll let our little turtle friend go. He's back out through there somewhere. And I'm getting another bite on this one right here. That's one good thing about catching one, you know, fairly early. You kind of feel, I mean, I know it's supposed to be like a peaceful, cool, you know, video fishing and, you know, the pretty scenery and the birds. Yeah, y'all too. But it still takes a lot of pressure off to catch something early on. You know, just in case you didn't strike out at least. Even if it was a turtle. I've caught some really nice catfish out of this spot though. Very peaceful too. I like where you have to come down. You have to have a side-by-side or an ATV to get down here. And I just like that too. Very secluded. It's not quite getting dark yet. It's still pretty bright out. Sky's still blue. Nowhere near ready for lights or anything like that yet. About ready to try some corn here in a little while and just see if that does anything. Like I said, I don't know if there's very many carp in this particular hole, but I know this river has a lot of them. And I've caught a lot of carp here when I was a kid. As a matter of fact, there's a story I've been meaning to tell you guys. Some of the locals, some of you locals, I know a lot of y'all watch the channel. Some of y'all probably remember an old man named Joe Workman. Lived in Williamson, and he would go over and catch carp. He'd get an old A&P buggy, and he would go over there and catch carp. He hung out on the riverbank and catch carp. And he would go sell those carp. And he'd take out there pretty much every day with a half a shopping cart full of carp. And he'd go sell them, you know, and everybody, you know, nobody else would catch anywhere near as many carp as Joe would. But I got down there one time. I was probably about 10 at the time, something like that, mid 70s, late 70s, whatever. And he fell going down the hill, and I went down with a shovel and just made some stairs, you know, real quick, coming down to the riverbank. And he asked me if I did that, and I said, yeah. He said, why? I said, because you fell. And he said, he gave me a handful of them, and they're purple. I mean, neon, like purple. And, you know, everybody'd seen them, you know, what he'd put in something purple, you know, but nobody had no clue, you know, what it was. It turned out, he said, I'll give you some. And he said, I'll tell you what it is, too. He said, it doesn't matter. You're not old enough. You can't make it anyway. And I said, well, what is it? He said, it's grape mad dog. In case y'all ain't figured out, Joe was a bit of wino. you know, to be honest. You know, Riverbank, Mad Dog, you know, the clues were there. But he said that, you know, some of you fishermen, y'all know what they're called, boilies. You take all-purpose flour, make little dough balls, and boil them real quick, you know, flavored, scented, whatever. Vanilla, if you want vanilla, whatever. He said, don't boil them in flavored water. Boil them in grape Mad Dog. And ever since then, I've called them Mad Dog dough balls. And all these years, since I was like 10 years old, I've always meant to make some Mad Dog dough balls, but never have. Maybe one of y'all want to try that out. Make some Mad Dog dough balls and show everybody what you caught on them if you catch anything. They say like grape bubble yum works really good. You cut it in half, the little squares. Cut it in half. Some people chew it a little bit and then put it on a hook, and some just right straight on the hook as is. Cut a piece of bubble gum in half. It's 2 pieces. I haven't tried that one either, but I can see where a carp might go for something like that. I certainly can. This is very nice. Like I said, we've got a really good light bulb. And we should have plenty power to run it and all the other stuff too. This should be a fun night. Should be fun. Alright, I'm going to swap out a battery, and I think I'm going to check a bait on this one. A big splash right there. Big bass, no doubt. Busting some bug or some little minnow. There's some big ones in there. They say over by the grass, it's supposed to be a good spot too. Well, I'm starting to get some hits on the liver. I had some corn on that one and liver on this one, and I got a really hard hit. I thought I'd hit it with my foot the first time. Just solid wham. And I thought I'd hit it with my foot, and just kind of looked at it for a second, and wham! And I went for the rod and missed him. That had to have been a really nice catfish. You know, it's chicken liver, nothing else is going to hit it and run like that. A turtle is slow. They don't, you know, hit nothing and take off with it. They're much more subtle. So that's a good sign, though. That is a really good sign that some catfish might be about ready to bite. Some point here, midsummer, fall, whatever. And, you know, that they should kick in any day now and start the, you know, summer frenzy, feeding frenzy for winter. You know, trying to bulk up for winter. Oh, here we go. That's on chicken liver. He's still there. Go ahead. We're just hanging out waiting now. Thinking about getting me another snack. Got liver on both. Just kind of hanging out. You know how it is. Tried the corn. Didn't get any hits off of it. Didn't get any off the garlic dough balls. Of course, that don't mean a whole lot. It just means they didn't run across it the time I had it out there. But the 2 good hits that I did get, those were definitely catfish. So we'll go full bore catfishing. That's what I would rather catch anyway, is a catfish. I wouldn't care to catch a nice big carp, but given a choice, you know, if I had a choice between a 10-pound catfish and a 10-pound carp, I'm gonna take the catfish every time. I have no idea what just happened. I just turned the camera off. I said I was gonna get a battery. Look at the mud. The muddy water. Something massive. I know you guys ain't gonna believe me. There was a little wake. I swear there was like a small, it was, I could tell it. You could see, look at the huge muddy spot in the water. I have no idea what that was, but something big just came in there. Oh, look at that. It's a carp. I see him right there. It's a big carp. And I got liver on. Look at that. Oh, we need to put some corn on, don't we? Maybe I think I might try that garlic dough ball again. That was definitely a big carp. I saw him. That thing was big. Well, it's almost time to turn the lights on. I'm getting a few little bites here and there on the chicken liver, so presumably the catfish are indeed nibbling. I'm just waiting for that big one to come along. There are endless little bugs zipping everywhere, all over the place, you know, on the water, on the surface, just everywhere. Fish jumping, grabbing at stuff. We're pretty much ready here. Let's see. Power. AC. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty bright. That'll work. First time I've ever used a light bulb. That's pretty cool. I've never used a light bulb before. I've used propane and batteries and all kinds of stuff. I've never used a real light bulb before. That's pretty cool. That puts out a lot of light, doesn't it? Which I brought some other ones too. I've got some 1800 lumen, really bright ones, in case I need them, you know, for later filming. GoPros, GoPros are great in the daylight, but once it gets dark, as you can see, not so much. But as long as there's good light, they do really well. But as soon as you get away from the light, I mean, I can see plain as day the other side of the river, but if I look into the screen in the back, the viewfinder, I can't see the other side of the river at all. But so far so good. Everything's going well, no problems. We're at 100%, charging GoPro battery and got the light on. Now I can see me using this thing for a lot of stuff. That's going to come in really, really handy. Absolutely. Something like that, power outages and stuff too. It'd be really handy. So I guess that's the whole point, isn't it? Taking a little bit of slack on that one. That's better. Just listen to all them frogs. It's good and dark now. Moon's coming up. That little speck right there, that's the moon coming up behind the trees. You know what I mean? Oh. There. That's what we got going right now. Rods are right there. I can see them real good, but you know, I figured I'd do some extra light for the GoPro. And everything's doing really well over here. No problems. Nice little night. A little buggy. There's a few gnats. Have to get me some more DEET here in a minute, but that's okay. I brought it with me. Got a couple more little bites. Nothing dramatic. We'll see what happens. Look at the bugs. I don't know how well y'all can see these things. Check that out. You turn the lights on, you know, like your headlamp, like that, and they're just instantly, look at that. Wow. I'm wearing a buttload of DEET. I just double coated. You turn that one off. Wow. That is crazy. Look at that. They're everywhere. Millions of them. Every bug for miles is out here. That stuff's doing good over there. Still got little gnats flying around. Seems like there's bigger ones over here. A lot of bigger bugs around those lanterns for some reason. They're not messing with that. That's little ones there. I mean, you can see some, but they're little ones. And you get over here, and these look like pterodactyls over here. That is wild. Check that out, y'all. Every now and then one of them will fly into your mouth or something. Alright, I need to turn this light off here. Get them back down there. Go back down there. Been an interesting little trip. How are we doing over there? 97%. That'll work. I like that. I'm going to get a lot of use out of that for sure. But it comes with ports, you know, the cigarette lighter adapter for your car, and a wall plug, you know, for home. You know, you just plug into a wall. And like I said, I just happened to have, just as luck would have it, the perfect little solar panel to pair up with that. Nah, they're not too bad. As long as you don't turn the light on your head. This one, if you turn this one on, they're just right there. Let's see. Look at that. Wow. There's a couple bugs. It's a little after 10, about 10:15. The bugs seem to have died down just a little bit. Of course, if I turn my lights on, no. But here for a little while, for about an hour, I'm telling you, every bug on the entire planet was right here in this little spot on the riverbank. All of them. I got a really good hit right here. I just plain missed him. He gave me like 3 good hits, and I took a shot at him on the 3rd one and missed. But we still got a little bit. I'm going to hang out for about 20 more minutes. We got something. I don't know what yet. Oh crap. It's big. I got something big. This isn't that real. Oh crap, let me tighten that up. What is this? What are you? This is a catfish. This ain't no turtle. This ain't no turtle. This is a nice catfish. What? Oh, come on. It's it's a giant turtle. It's a monster turtle. Oh my God, look at the size of that thing. Oh my God. Wow. He's a beast. Look at that. He hit like a catfish. He is huge. Come on. He's a monster, guys. Oh wow, look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that thing. His head's 1.5 inches wide. Wow. Come on. Come on. Wow, look at that beast. He is huge. The head on that thing is massive. Wow. Just to give you an idea, hang on. See he's as big as his head's as wide as about 3 of my fingers. Wow. That's just his head. That thing is insane. Look at that. Like a big pancake. A giant pancake. They're keeping on that other pole too. Wow. That is a bruiser for sure, guys. Look at this. Size 10 shoe. He is way bigger. He is much bigger than my size 10 steel toe boot. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna cut our friend loose here, and I guess go ahead and start packing up. It's getting about that time. It's about 10:30. We didn't strike out anyway. We caught a medium turtle and a really big one too. He is just guessing from there to there, 16, maybe 18 inches. No, well, yeah, he's pretty close. He is pretty close. Yeah. It's about a foot right here. And so, yeah, he's about 14, 16 anyway. At least. I mean, 70 inches. He's that big. Alright, I'm going to turn my camera off here, use both hands, and turn our little buddy loose here. I'll be right back. Well, we're back up at the Can-Am. I've got everything carried back up. Took me 4 loads to get it back up. I took it down in 3. Coming back up, no, I couldn't get the table back in the bag, so I just carried it in 2 pieces and whatever. But check this out. Hang on. Look how dark. This is how dark it is here with no lights on. That's to front of me. That's the side. That's behind me. That's up. That's down. Yeah. Let there be light. Twisty little turns. Check it out, without the light bar, with the light bar. Big difference in it. Oh well, it was a fun trip anyway. We didn't catch any big catfish, but we still got a couple, didn't we? we managed to catch a couple turtles anyway. We didn't strike out. We wouldn't have starved to death. Get four-wheel drive. A little hill here. Probably do it two, but four is better, especially at night. You don't want to, you know, boo-boo. And there's the road. Well, guys, thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed our little fishing trip. Even though we didn't catch any big catfish, we caught a couple nice turtles. Anyway, hope it was relaxing and all that good stuff, and thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a really good weekend, and we'll see you next time. Leo out.